I'm a little moved tonight. I'm just going to break out a script here. Yes, go
What
ahead.
was your name? I read that email and I said, anybody have a name like that, I'm going to sin.
My name is David Nordine.
That was your name. That's
And
what
I'm
it
here.
said. David Nordine was doing this. I said, I'm going.
Buddy, I'm going to thank my dad for that. Honestly, I'm really moved that you all showed up here tonight to try this on along with me and trusted me enough to come here and be curious enough. This is great. I'm excited. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. What's going on here tonight is this is the culmination of a journey that I've been on. I started in PhD. It's a training we have here at the center. It's called PhD Leadership, and I had no idea what I was getting into when I started this. I just knew it wasn't LP, and trust me, it's not. So where we're going tonight is, this is my thesis, or my, crescendo of what we've been causing and training for and being in the blender about for the last 6.5 months. And there's a few PhDs in here. Amber's here and Karen at the back table, and I miss anybody? That's really what this is coming out of that. But what I'm here about tonight is to be in service to you. I'm here to create an opening, an opportunity, a new possibility, and whatever it takes from me to provide that for you tonight. So I'm here to facilitate and make sure that that happens. I've been told that people want the training to work, and I believe that. That's how it is for me when I'm in a training. I want the training to work. So there will be some things that you may have to do yourselves tonight. So please participate. Allow yourself to go crazy. I'm able to do that. At any given moment, I could just be, here, and I might be in my mind. I might be off in my head somewhere, thinking, and then oh, wait a minute, there's an audience in front of me. Hello. Okay, let's get back to the now. Let's get back to the present. So, why would this be valuable? What's valuable about this? Well, what would make this night valuable? So I'm thinking, what's in it for you guys? I mean, you came here, you took time out of your life. What this workshop is about is you being able to access your power, your joy, your freedom. It's also about, so that you can have those relationships that you want to have in your life. So you can have those visions and those dreams that you declare really happen in your life. Not just some conversation. Not some wish or some, well, I'm in a training now and I put that on my paper, but I'm not really sure that can happen. This workshop is about getting to the place where we can practice tangibly in our life and have these results in our lives. We want results. We don't want to just sit in a workshop. We want results in our life. We want to have true love. We want to have our businesses successful. We want to be able to be in harmony with our families and with people in the world, on the work site and on, in the store when you're shopping, or in the schools with the kids. We want that all. We want that. And it's okay to want that. And that's what this is about. It's okay to want all of that. What the workshop also is here to address is what gets in our way. What gets in my way when I want to be joyful and my mind takes over and I'm worried and I'm thinking and I'm processing all kinds of thoughts, and what's stopping me from just being free and fun and alive and enjoying myself and getting that on other people? So that's something else we want to look at. You like that? It's landing out there. All right, good. Yeah, that's cool. You may all be jumping out of your seats before this evening's over. I mean, I'll tell you what, it probably would be all right with me because everybody's going to say, well, of course. So, anyway. You know, think of the times in our life where think of all the moments in our life squandered, wasted on what happened in the past. Man, if I only done this and that, it would have been like this or that. Or, I was in that relationship and it only worked out and blah, 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 blah. And I can't have a relationship. I tried that one time and now look what happened. Or, I asked for more money and I got fired. And, who knows what conversations come. Or just like, I never even gave voice to any of those conversations. They were all going on in here, and I just played it safe like this and survived. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, what gets in our way. That got to go. That's the mind, that's got to go. How about the future? Worrying my butt off about what's going to happen. My God, I got to put a workshop on. It's November 4th. Hey! Oh, I'm 10 minutes into it already. My God, hey, I didn't die. What the heck? I thought, everything's okay. All right. Hey, well, my workshop's already working for me. How about that? So, worrying about the future, living in a hope. Oh, when's it going to turn around? When am I going to have this? And, the moment is so miserable. Let me have a moment here. Let me focus on the future where everything is much brighter and safer and freer. And, I never get there. Never get there. Whatever has ever happened in the past has happened in the now. Whatever will happen in the future will only happen in the now. There's the bottom line. So what does that leave us with? The now. So I guess where we're heading next is how do we get there? How do we get there? To the now.
Ain't you already here?
Good point. That's a good point. Yeah, the now is not like some point in a distance. If you want to know at what point am I going to get to the now, well, you're at that point right now. There's the first clue. That's beautiful. So this works for us. We have that. We got the now. That is something that we have. We don't have the past. There's nothing there. It's gone. It doesn't exist. 5 minutes ago, it's gone. I hope some of it landed, but it's just recorded in your brain. Whatever's there, whatever landed, and what didn't, whatever. It went into vapor. Okay, future's not here yet, but it's coming. When's it coming? Well, it's coming right now. So, all right. So, the power of now is being present. Present to what? Present to my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, my body sensations. It's an awareness. It's becoming aware and conscious of what's going on here, I like to call that the observation of that. Observing your thoughts, observing your mind. See, you're having thoughts. How do you know you're having thoughts? Who's that that's having the thoughts? Who's that that's having the emotion? Who is that is experiencing the body sensations? Who is that? Yeah, you think it's you? But who is that?
It's my mind.
It's not your mind. There's where we're going. You are not your mind. Chair. You are not your mind.
No, I'm just me.
Well, how do you know? isn't it?
Yeah, it is permanent.
You're not your mind. Because if you were your mind, okay, let's say you're your mind. So if you are your mind, who's experiencing the thoughts? If you're the mind, then who's the experiencer of that? Who's observing? Where's it?
It would have to be somebody else, and that's not possible.
Well, wait a minute now. Let's take a good look. We're getting into the workshop already. We're jumping in a little early here, but this is cool. Now, really, I want to work with you. If you were your mind, let's everybody hearing this? Everybody on the same page here? If I am my mind, if that's who I am, then there's thoughts, emotions, body sensations, feelings. So who's experiencing all of that?
It's just me.
Well, who is that?
I don't know. It's just, I mean, it's me. I mean, it's
Well, you said
else.
you're your mind. You said your mind. So here's the point I'm getting at right here. Maybe this is a good time to do this right here. Glad you asked that question. All right. All right. What do we got here? What do you see?
So I'm watching my mind.
You see an eye. Aha! They do see an eye. They're smart. Okay, look at it. Check this out. You think you're your mind. This is your mind. This box, this ego, this attachment, all this stuff that's running you, that's it. You think that's this. That's what you're telling me. This is your mind right here. This is like a sliver of your consciousness, the sliver of what you are capable of as a human being. Just a little tiny sliver. And it really doesn't add up to very much at all, actually. If you look at how we've been treating each other on this planet for the last century, it doesn't add up to a hell of a lot of intelligence, this mind. Not really. You know, it can solve crosswords puzzles and build bombs, but it's not too good on, you know, giving and loving. And so where would that come from? The observer, the witness. That's you. That's who you are. That's who's really in charge, if you will allow it. If you'll take the time to practice, which is really what we're about. We're about opening up that power, opening up that love, that vulnerability, that joy, that freedom. Giving ourselves a chance, an opportunity to be in the driver's seat of our life, to own our power, to embrace it, to share it with everyone else. That's what this is all about. And this, right here, has got to go. Ultimately, we're all going to die. But what death is a death worth dying?
Say that again.
What is the death worth dying? Otherwise, you just become a pile of dead meat, right? And then you dry up, and then you turn into dust, then the wind blows, the dog comes by and takes a leak on what's left, and that's it, you're out of here, right? You're nothing. You thought you were the mind, you thought you were the body, and all of a sudden, what's left? This is all that is left, right here. This has got to go. So what we're up to, ultimately what we're up to is dying a living death. Dying, having this mind not run us. Die before we die our physical body. We're still in our physical bodies, but we get to die this death every day, every moment, until it becomes a reality for us and everybody else on this planet. I'm talking about a new humanity, a new consciousness, a new intelligent human being. We are evolving. We are evolving. We are evolving. We're no longer going to be stuck with our spears and our rocks and clubbing the hell out of each other, because we're going to say, that's not what an intelligent human being does. Okay. Did I answer your question, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Anybody else? Okay. You might notice I have a little passion about what I'm up to here. A little passionate about it. I get, you know, this is to me, this is life. This is happening now. Now. What about now? What about this moment? This isn't later. But hey, by the way, anybody have any problems right now? No, really, any problems right now? This moment, right now. Anybody? You got a problem? Right now. But right now.
Oh, no.
What problem do you have right now? Right now.
Did not brush my teeth.
No, right now, right now. What's your problem? Do you have any problems right now?
Baby's elevating.
I'm not a problem. Hard to find one, isn't it? If you're in the now, if you're living in the, if you're being present to your own experience, and being present to the people around you, and connecting in the moment, in the moment, in the moment, now, 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 now. The mind has no place to operate, and you cannot have a problem without the mind. Take the mind out of the equation, and you are now free from any problems. Yeah, well, I gotta be practical. I gotta be practical. You don't understand. I got all this problem. I got all this stuff going on. I got people to meet. I got bills to pay. I gotta be on time. Yes, but is that happening right now? Like right now? Like right now? Okay, great. All right, anyway. Wow, kind of went off a little tangent there.
It's all right.
Let me get focused again. I'm here. So basically what I'm saying is what you ask yourself, what do I gotta put in? What is it that so yeah, this sounds good, it sounds juicy, yeah, I want this in my life. I want to live my life, I want to be alive, I want to experience the moment, I want to be able to, when I'm feeling that anxiety or I've got these thoughts running me, I want to be able to, how can I get out of that, shift that, and become aware. Okay, so that's a lot about where we're going tonight. And part of that's going to be up to you. My request of you is to pay attention, notice what's going on for you. Even right now. Right now, this is the training, right now, right here. You're going to hear me say now a lot tonight. Now. You're going to hear me say words like observer, witness, like that, now. But the now is Chris. You're going to hear presence. You're going to hear that word, being present. So what I ask you tonight is just be present. Don't judge. Don't judge yourself. Don't analyze it. This is a process-free zone, by the way. We're going to have a minimal amount of processing here. The beauty of this is to allow your mind. This is great because this is something we can all do. Allow your mind to go crazy. Let her be. Let her run. Let that mind go. Let it say what it's going to do it anyway. If you try to repress it, it's going to go big. It's going to be going. There'll be this chatter going on. So let that allow yourself to be free. Allow yourself to be with your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, whatever conversations you got. Be with that, all right? All right, so being present, when you're coming from the moment, when you're living in the moment, when you're choosing to be in the now, being the observer, then when you observe, you're actually observing thoughts, feelings, emotions, body sensations. You begin to take the energy out of that mind. You begin to presence yourself. You begin to become present to the witness, the observer. You get grounded. You get here. You get now. And that's the simplicity of the exercise. That's where you want to be noticing thoughts. And then once you're observing, you can just wake up. Hey, who the hell really am I? I thought I was my mind. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Maybe, so be like that. Just remember, you have the power. You are the creator of your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, everything. You're the creator. So, tonight, we're going to be practicing being the observer. We're going to observe the mind in action. Tonight, we're going to access our power, our freedom, and our joy. So tonight, we are going to be the observer. We're going to observe the action of our mind. Tonight, we are going to access our power, our freedom, and joy. Anybody interested?
Yeah.
All right. While building this workshop, you might find that at times that you might find yourself getting a little lost in thought, or all of a sudden realize that I'm just daydreaming and thinking about something, and hell, the whole room disappeared, and I didn't even know where I was. And then all of a sudden, you'll become aware that I was daydreaming and I wasn't aware of what was going on. At that moment that you have that thought, or that experience, may I say, when you have that experience of your thought, at that moment when you become the observer of the thought, in that very moment that's when you become the witness. You are now the witness. At that moment you are no longer being run by your mind. When building this workshop, I've had to go through this. It's like a roller coaster. But I've been through this workshop. This is the first time I've been through this workshop, but I've been through. I was sitting back at that table, writing the workshop. Designing and building a workshop. I'm not a very analytical guy. I mean, Dan Burrows, man, I tell you, he'd sit there and he'd write all day and he'd be in heaven. A guy like me, I'm like 2 minutes on the chair and I'm losing my frickin' mind. I'm going crazy, okay? So I'm just sitting there. Nobody's in the building. I'm here all by myself. Okay, get this now. There's nobody here. I'm all by myself. I'm sitting back there and I start thinking, and I'm writing, I gotta write this, and I gotta have it done by November 4th so I can deliver it where it's happening. I'm not gonna handle it. And he started getting overwhelmed, and the thinking got crazy. My heart started pounding. I couldn't breathe. My head got numb. I freaked out. I jumped out of my chair and I ran out of the building. And I was out in the parking lot, I was going crazy, I don't know where, and I was out there going nuts, and I was running here, and I was kind of like this, actually. I was stiff, like that, I don't know, that's how I imagined it looked. My mind was running me to such a point I didn't know, I couldn't tell you my last name, I couldn't tell you who I was gone. My mind had me like that, in its steel grip. And I don't know what happened, and I was resisting at first. I didn't want to be like this, I want to be like this. And then I said, oh, remember your workshop. How about practicing your own workshop? That you're designing and building it, that made you do this. Yeah, it's a workshop that made me do it. I had no one to blame it on. I tagged my own self. I'm sitting in a chair all by myself, and I tagged me. My God, I couldn't say Lordy tagged me, Eric didn't tag me, nobody, Rob wasn't in here, nobody, Connie didn't say nothing. Well, I was tagged. Nobody was here. I sat down, I just finally started breathing. I got in touch with my breathing. I went, breathe, breathe, breathe. Thanks, Amber, taught me how to do this. and I was connected with my breathing, and then I said, oh yeah, my workshop, observe. What's going on for you now? What are you noticing? My mind's going like, I'm crazy, my mind. And I said, okay, just notice the mind. Notice the mind's like swearing at you, and your mind. Notice you are not your mind. So I started to calm down. I began to be able to breathe. I started to relax. My mind began to clear. My mind got clear. And then the next question that popped into my mind was, what are you committed to? And I completely, I'm on the edge of tears. It was a very powerful moment. I got clear. What am I committed to? And I got back in there and I handled what I had to handle. The greatest awakening for me in that experience was nobody ever tags me. Nobody pushes my buttons. There was nobody here. So who's pushing my buttons? Mine is pushing my buttons. That's who's pushing the buttons because I am the witness. That's who pushed my buttons. Now that was a very interesting awakening. And that came out of what we're going to go into next. Okay? So everybody cool so far? Clear so far?
Yep.
Okay, any questions before we go on? We'll be taking more questions later on. Everybody cool? Not too loud for you?
No.
Okay, all right. Anyway, let's stay focused and let's use this and let's stay focused up. So what we're going to do we're going to do an exercise now. Our first exercise is we're going to set up a projector. In a few minutes, I'm going to have you move to another location and face the front. So if you notice, there was a pen, and I think we need some more pens and papers on here. Okay, Lori's got them. So everybody, pick up that pen and paper under your seat, so that when we move, you have your pen and your papers there. Okay.